Welcome back to the Dawn Show. We are talking about joint replacement with Dr. Manny Porat from the Joint Replacement Institute, Virtua, and joining us now is Rich Haydinger, who's a joint replacement patient, actually. How you doing, Rich?
Good.
Good to have you here. Feeling good?
Yep.
You gonna jump on do some lunges for? No, I'm kidding.
Well, listen, I don't know if the table will support that.
So what I love about the story that you told me in the green room earlier was that, in fact, about a decade ago, you had some joint replacement, and then you were comparing that to your experience, at Virtua and the difference.
Well, it was night and day. My last procedure was the what I call the old-fashioned way. So I have a scar, maybe 15 inches up my gluteus maximus.
Oh boy!
I was in the
no
hospital.
No bikini for you.
No, I was in the hospital 4.5 days. That was 10 years ago. Very famous place in Philly. And this time I did a lot of research and I knew about less invasive or minimally invasive hip replacements, and I landed with Dr. Porat, and I had my surgery at about 7 in the morning. I was climbing steps in the rehab facility 5 hours later.
That's amazing.
It's amazing to me.
To have a breakfast time surgery, and by lunchtime, you're on stairs and up and about.
And I was home 3 o'clock the next afternoon.
That's amazing.
And the thing that I was most concerned about is not the procedure, because I think I was dealing with an expert. I was most concerned about infection. The doctors are most concerned about blood clots. My biggest concern was infection. And therefore, I wanted to be out of the hospital fast.
Well, nobody wants to be, even at Virtua's gorgeous center there, nobody wants to be in any facility longer than they have to.
A key for me, everyone on the floor is in getting a bone replacement, a joint replacement. There's no sick people on the floor. Oh. So there's no things, diseases spreading all over. Oh, to me, that was a huge factor. And the nursing staff, they know the drill, because that's all they're dealing with are joint replacement patients. And so they just know exactly what to do, how to take care of you. It's just a remarkable facility.
And you said the food's good.
I'm telling you, I had their chicken salad sandwich for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I am tempted to go back and have it again. It is really very good food. The food is excellent, really.
So now do you go back? We showed pictures of the gym. Do you go back and you do rehab, Rich?
After the surgery, I had in-house in my home rehab for maybe 2 weeks, and then I started going I was driving in 2.5 weeks.
That's amazing.
It's night and day.
What has it done for your life?
Well, I'll tell you, before the surgery, I knew I needed it. If my wife and I would go out to dinner, I couldn't sit for more than 20 minutes. I'd have to stand at the table and eat dinner if we were in a restaurant.
Because you were in pain.
The hip was killing me. It was just terrible.
So you got your life back.
Got it back. I can now sit down during dinner.
So, Dr. Porat, how does it make you feel to hear Rich?
It's fantastic. It's one of the reasons why you go and do these type of surgeries. Is to help patients like Rich, great guys who are struggling with hip arthritis or knee arthritis, and getting patients back to the things that they want to do. It's tremendously rewarding.
And what's interesting is you were telling me that that arthritis or these issues strike people of all ages, of all walks of life.
They theoretically can, absolutely. Absolutely.
So you have patients who are in their 20s and you have, you run the gamut.
True, yes. Most of arthritis tends to be an attritional type of wear, so meaning over time. However, there are certain disease states where it plagues patients who are young, absolutely. And at JRI, at the Joint Replacement Institute, we do patients of all ages.
Rich, what would you say to somebody who's afraid, because you hear surgery, even non-invasive, what would you say to somebody about your experience if they were going through that kind of pain? And your experience at Virtua?
The experience afterwards is night and day. I mean, the lack of pain, the more mobility, it's just worth the effort. And when you're dealing with professionals, you feel very comfortable. I was not nervous. I wasn't apprehensive. I knew I was in great hands.
That's so great
And
to hear.
the end result is the only reason you would ever go through it. And I couldn't be happier.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I think we have somebody actually on the phone
great.
who's maybe a patient or they're
Absolutely.
calling. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Maybe not. We had somebody on the phone a second ago, but I think it's interesting that we're going to have Future Fitness on, and we're going to be talking in future segments about being fit and being healthy.
Sure.
But for you, I mean, you're a fit, healthy person. Oh, we have the caller. Okay. Hi, you're on the Dawn Show. Hi there.
Hello.
Hi, what? Hi,
Hi, this is-
Jarrett?
Yes.
And are you a
Yes,
patient?
this is Jared.
Are you a patient,
yes.
Jarrett?
Yes, I actually just had my left hip totally replaced less than a month ago by Dr. Porat.
Oh, that's wonderful. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Up, walking around, hopefully get rid of the cane this week. And for the first time in 4 to 5 years, I don't have pain in my left hip anymore.
And is this your patient?
Absolutely, yeah. Jared is a patient who was struggling with a terrible hip and quite young.
He sounds young.
He is. Just so.
I guess I can divulge. I'm 37, so yeah, a little bit younger than probably most of the hip replacements that the doctors see. So
you're feeling good.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I would do it all over again. Just it was an easy process. I was out within a day, and
amazing.
walking within 2 hours of the new hip. So it's been great so far. I have no complaints whatsoever.
Jared, thanks so much for calling and sharing your story. Rich, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
The best to you as you begin 2014. And Dr. Porat, thank you so much for
Sure.
sharing, really miracles that you're making there at Virtua in South Jersey. So thank you so much for being
Thank you
here.
for having us.
So we're going to be talking to my friends at Future Fitness about how we can all get in better shape and what we're doing wrong, even though we have the right mindset, even though we're so motivated, but we're doing a lot of things wrong. So you got to stay right there so we can get it right.